The Love Gurus podcast is starting now. The Love Gurus are comics that bring comedic wisdom to the savages asking bizarre relationship questions on the internet. Your hosts are Suzanne Leah Shepherd and Jake Vevera. I am the Love Gurus' pet robot Cassandra. I love you.
Oh, I love you too, Cassandra the robot, and I'm loving the new setup. We are having a little bit of trouble with that stupid virtual background, but we are indeed by the the Taj Mahal.
It's, the Taj Mahal, the prettiest graveyard I ever did see. Am I
Goddamn right? Actually, there was some nice ones back home. Iowa City, Iowa had a couple that beat that, but that's pretty good. That's better than most of the graves in Iowa City, Iowa.
It is a very, very majestic, but nothing compared to I'm sure the lovely statues in Iowa City.
Fucking A minus Taj Mahal builder. A minus. That's still pretty goddamn good. You still graduate in my course, by God.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited about this show today. First up, we have a returning guest, a hilarious stand-up comic, Malachi Nimmons. Thank you for being on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I was very excited to get the call. Be called back up into action.
Absolutely, man. Glad to have you back.
For sure.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to podcast.
Got any other podcasts? Any live shows coming up? Anything like that?
Yeah, but I can't remember what I'm doing next week right now. But my phone's
He's so
off.
busy he can't remember.
I can't remember.
Goddamn right.
One show I'm doing next week. But check me out on Russian Doll Season 2 when that comes out, and Bonding Season 2 is out now.
Yeah.
Bonding Season 2 and Russian Doll Season 2.
That's awesome. Check them out.
Check out getting money.
Yeah, get it, dude. Russian Doll was fucking great. I love the first season of it.
So good.
I loved watching it as soon as I got the part.
Don't ruin it for me. Do you die in Russian Doll 2? Do you die in Russian Doll 2?
The question is, do I live, man? It's not about how you die, it's how you live. There you go.
Especially in that show, because even after you die, you're gonna live again.
You like that spin?
I like it. And I also am super excited about our first time guest on the Love Gurus podcast, Laura. Hi, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm just vibing with this music right now.
Hopefully the people on YouTube can hear it. I find it's kind of low when I watch it afterwards, so I'm still trying to figure out my new, not my new mix, just kind of the new software setup. But super excited about the show. If anyone is out there on YouTube, just chat us up in the comments, and we, chat about the questions, chat about whatever. But let me introduce the unofficial fifth member of the podcast, and that would be the wine. We're drinking Chloe Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough, New Zealand. God damn it! I know that they're best known for their cigarettes. I feel like on this podcast we drink a lot of goddamn white wine from Marlborough. Right?
The Marlborough or from New Zealand? Oh,
Marlborough, New Zealand.
Oh, is Marlborough not the kind of or no? Marlborough is the region in New Zealand.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Geography is not.
I was 100% before you started saying it. Now I'm only down to 85.
Yeah.
You guys are so cultured. Oh my god.
Cultured as fuck, bro.
We totally know the wines from New Zealand.
Yes.
It's actually abbreviated NZ, in case you guys didn't know.
Nice. See, I've been writing it ZN. I've been going off dyslexic. People have been very confused about what I'm talking about.
Zealand New. It's like University of Kansas University. Well, anyway, I don't know where I was going with that.
Indiana has the same thing. They have Indiana University and then University of Indiana.
Yeah, some of them switch it around. Yeah. Right. So anyway,
Zealand New is an even smaller island for people that flunked out.
Yeah. Florida.
I just think that it's New Zealand wine. I mean, it has to be something about the climate, or maybe just the good nature of the people there.
I'll give it up for rugby. I think rugby did it. I think rugby makes good wine.
Have you ever seen in New Zealand? Have you ever seen them do like tacos before sporting events and stuff like that?
Oh, with the
with like slapping the leg, and they're like and
it's cool, but
it's so much cooler than rugby. But it's so much cooler than whatever stupid cricket, whatever nonsense they're doing.
Yeah, their team is called the All Blacks, and the first time I heard that, I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" Excuse me? The who are playing?
It's the just.
I
for-
mean,
it's the
yeah,
just
that's
for
true,
last.
but we don't say it aloud. Like, yes, that's who plays basketball in America.
That's their team name. Their team name is
It's
All Blacks.
called the All Black. Like that is
Wow.
like that's
What is
that?
Guys.
I'm like telling a whole stadium to shh.
What does that mean? Like, is that like?
I think it has to do with like the indigenous people are the Maori, right? And so like I think it has something to do with them and like the native, like their native like dances or something.
Have they ever got a white guy on their rugby team, like sort of a Jesse Jackson, but the opposite?
Yeah, there'll be like a white ginger dude on the All Black team, and it's
I love that.
and it's
How'd you get that sunburn playing for the All Blacks?
But the way that they say it, like in New Zealand, they're like, "Oh, bleak." So you
Oh,
think,
yeah.
nobody
It's
knows
just
what the fuck it is.
Yeah, maybe
It sounds like a lager.
Yeah,
It sounds
yeah.
delicious.
So no one even knew it was all black until they saw it in print, and then they're
Like, that's what they've been saying. I
Yeah.
can't continue watching this stupid version of football.
no. I thought they were the obliques.
I thought it was all one word.
That's the obliques.
my team is fit. You guys must do sight. Those obliques.
Our show is sponsored by Chloe New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, official wine of the Obliques. And
Obliques?
the team loves it.
The obliques.
The Obliques. I hope they have foam fingers.
Oh, obliques.
I hope they do a little chance with it.
It's a blick guy. That upper inflection, that New Zealand, Australian, some European place. It's a blick guy. Like,
yeah.
It's like, do you know? Or they say their name. What's your name? Adrian?
Yeah.
It's like, is that your name? Are you questioning that shit?
What kind of wine is this? A Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
But it's why they get to say literally anything they want, and we're just like they get to saying horrible things, and we're just like, oh, that's just so cute.
Yeah.
What did you
Right,
say
yeah.
about my mother? I love that. I love
Sounds
that.
adorable.
Yeah,
They're like, I'm gonna kill you. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
that's so cute. Where are you from? Are you from Australia? That's
He
totally
threatened me
me.
real high at the end of the sentence, so I can't get.
I'm going to kill the obliques. I think he's considering it. It's not a threat because he's considering it.
Oh,
But without further ado, are you guys ready for your first question
Good.
on
All right.
the Love Gurus podcast? People, if you have any questions, write them into loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com or check us out every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, even though we were a little bit late due to technical difficulties on my end, so apologize, listeners. But we are going to take our first question from the crazy animals on Reddit.
First question. My 27-year-old girlfriend is extremely upset that my brother and I shared a bed while visiting our mother. I'm 25 and my brother is 28. We are returning from a trip to our mother's 2 weeks ago. Our mother is mentally ill and she has been for my entire life. She's a severe hoarder with diagnosed bipolar disorder amongst a bunch of other stuff. My brother and I have not visited her in 3 years, but we went to visit her because she was being released after threatening to kill herself again.
Oh.
We went to her home. I was gonna say, I feel like it's loud. Can you guys hear me read the
I can
question?
hear
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I can hear him.
It's
Sorry.
I just got it up because YouTube on YouTube you can barely hear the music.
YouTube, let us use our pop music while we talk about this mother with a hoarding disorder.
Yeah, this is a tragic story. The music is way too happy for this.
Yeah.
I don't pre-listen to the music. I'm doing the copyright free music, and it's on a show. Yeah, I just play what comes up. I have no idea.
Mother
My
passed
mother's
today.
gonna kill herself. Hopefully, she does it quickly. It doesn't suffer much. Wouldn't that be nice, guys?
She tried to kill herself again.
Hopefully, the rope breaks her neck instead of strangling her for 15, 20 minutes.
Thankfully, she wasn't successful in this attempt.
Good luck, Mom. I hope you fail again. It's the only thing I hope you fail in life. Love you.
Hey, there's a blick guy.
Why did she try to kill herself? She bet all her money on the old dicks, and it turns out they had a ginger plan for him. And he keeps missing goals.
Sorry, whoever wrote this question. We're finding so much humor in your terrible life.
Yeah. If Mom's dead by the end, I'm going to feel so bad.
So bad. We have to do something. anything. For
Yeah.
God's sake.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
save this one.
This question does start off very dark. So, but it does change. Okay. So we went to her home to throw away as much shit as we could before she got back, and her home is a 4-hour drive away from us. My brother and I don't make a lot of money, and we are already spending $100 for gas. So my brother brought a spare mattress with us, and we put it in the bed of his truck and slept in that at night. I guess we could have slept in our mom's house, but it was very disgusting because she's a hoarder. My girlfriend is aware of all of this with my mother, but she didn't know about the sleeping situation until I came back home. She's always been aware of my mom's insanity, but not that and has not had a problem with my mother in the year and a half that we've been together. When I got back, she wanted details about what happened. I told her about the house and how much shit we threw away.
Oh my God!
I can't take the music. I'm so fucking happy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry.
To be fair, Porter, way happier than suicide. Way happier than suicide.
And the music like hit a bridge.
Not only is she trying to die, she's collecting things. She's got a new hobby.
Oh my God, this is so
Is this a montage cleaning mix? What is this?
I don't know.
I
It's
feel like it's kind of like
copyright-free music. You can thank YouTube for fucking pulling my Spotify
Straight up.
episode that I was using the music on.
Oh, that
the music
sucks.
was good before. Yeah. Uh-huh.
this. Yeah, this is kind of like something that you listen to after a yoga meditation. Or something. Okay, so anyway, so she wanted to know all the details. So I told my girlfriend about all the shit that we threw away, and then she asked if we slept in the house because it was so gross. And I explained the mattress in the truck. She was immediately disgusted, asking why I would ever share a twin bed with my brother.
Twin bed's pretty goddamn small.
Why any grown sibling?
At first I was like, "What's is she stuck up?" Then I was like, "Twin bed." Ooh. Ooh.
Why any grown siblings would ever share a bed. She's absolutely fixated on this, and every single day she mentions how unnatural it is and how she's never known anyone to co-sleep with a sibling. Is she right? Would other women consider this perverted? I know a lot of people are going to say break up with her, but is this really the answer? How could I explain this to my girlfriend? So,
Okay, well, like,
I agree. It's hard to focus on this question because I feel so happy after that music. I kind of feel like I should make a dream board. But so
Need a
to
drink
give
for
it
this
to
shit.
give a quick recap.
let's
So
go just do some crafting, guys. Let's just go make some pottery. Let's garden.
let's totally garden with hats. But yeah, so to give a quick recap. So there's a boyfriend and a girlfriend. The boyfriend and the brother went to go clean out their hoarder mother's house. And so to save money, they basically slept in the back of a pickup bed truck. When he came home, he told his girlfriend about this. And he's like, listen, we slept in the back of the truck because the house was so disgusting. And she thought it was more disgusting that they slept in the bed together.
Yeah, see, it is disgusting, but my dad used to be a hoarder. That's way more disgusting.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought it's like, why would you I would be more grossed out if you slept in the bed and then came back
That's what I'm
home.
saying.
I'd be like, you have to burn all of your clothes.
It's-
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's not, to me, that's like not disgusting at all. Like, it's your, like, if you're fucking, yeah, then that's gross. It's like, then that's gross. But if, like, yeah, sometimes, like, you're gonna, like, end up sharing your bed with, like, a sibling, like, on a vacation, or just because that has to happen because, like, your parents, like, you know, have all the relatives at their house. Like, I think the girl just doesn't know what it's like to have a sibling.
Yeah, right.
Interesting
I think
point.
there's two things here. Either she's pissed off at him because he didn't sleep in his mom's house and she thinks he's offending her mom and she's on his mom's side, which I don't think is true. Or there's something else going on. There's something. She's not mad about the mattress.
Oh.
No, she's mad about something else she doesn't want to bring up.
Oh my god!
And so she picked the mattress to be what she's really mad about. That's not what she's mad about. So what you gotta do, man, is find out what the fuck she's mad about. What did you do
Great point.
to piss her off? And now it's your job to figure out what you did. Good luck.
Yeah, because maybe
I never can.
maybe something happened while they were away because they were away for a few days. So maybe something happened and she's like, okay, like gotta get on this. And like, yeah, the fact that she's fixating on something so weird. And again, it's not like they got naked and snuggled. They just literally slept next to each other because they didn't, and also she didn't offer to like pay for anything. Like,
Right.
I've done this before. It's a toxic game, but I've played it. Sometimes you're mad at something that you're too afraid to bring up, so you punk out and you get mad at anything that's in front of you. So I can't even remember what I was mad about. I was mad at an ex-girlfriend about something. I didn't want to bring it up because I wasn't going to man up and say anything about it, or just adult up and just be an adult and say, hey, this is what I'm upset about. Let's talk about it. Instead, she walks in and she's like, hey. And I'm like, hey, is that how we talk to each other? Like, no! Whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's the game. That's exactly what's happening here. Is
that how we're going to greet each other from now on?
Exactly. He did something, like he looked at someone or he's like Facebook messaging someone, left his page up. She found it. It's someone from high school, used to date for a couple weeks, but they obviously broke it off, and she says, hi, haven't seen you since we dated those 2 weeks in high school, winky face. He left the page up. His girlfriend found it. He goes off to see his mom, and then he tells her the story about sleeping with his brother on the bed, and she's like, what the fuck? You slept with your brother on the bed? But she's mad about the Facebook message.
I have a guess. How much did you contact your girlfriend during this time? Because if she wanted every single detail as to what happened, that means you were not communicating with her during the thing.
Oh, maybe.
That could've been it.
Yeah.
How much actually were you texting her? How much did you call her at least once a day? Did you say goodnight? Did you tell her that you loved her? It doesn't sound like you did.
Exactly.
Because you probably were not communicating with her. Because I've been that person. I've been that when it's like my boyfriend or whomever like is not communicating with me. They come home and I'm like, so tell me what happened. What did you do? What did you wear? What did you eat? What did you do? Tell me anything.
Yeah. And you feel like left out, and that you just feel like they went off and did something and like didn't give a second thought about you.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you communicate in that situation? Why don't you reach out and say, oh, hey, everything's going all right?
If you're the person who went away, you're the person that is then obligated to like reach out. Like the person
his mom tried to kill herself. His mom tried to murder herself, and he's dealing with a hoarder. So you need to be supporting that.
Honestly, I totally forgot about that because of the music.
Happy ass music.
I not only just hit home now, and I feel really bad for these people.
Yeah, like,
way to keep us accountable. Way to keep us accountable.
I really do think the show Hoarders would have been better with that music, with that crazy bubblegum music. That bubblegum. She's been saving her own cat urine since the 80s.
This is the worst house I've ever seen.
She doesn't have a reason to live, yet still she goes on and keeps collecting cat urine. The only reason she saves the cat urine is to hand it down to me one day, even though she knows I'm going to throw it away.
Okay, so whoever this guy is, I tell you what, dude, put her on. Put your girlfriend on. We'll wait a second. We'll wait. Okay, she on? Okay, sweetie, whatever you're mad at, you gotta let go because your boy just went through some shit. You need to be a little bit understanding right now.
Yeah, like this lady does sound crazy. That said, I do like to point this out at least once an episode. I err against, when in doubt, I err against the person writing the question because these questions are there for them propaganda. Like it's their source. It's their Fox News, their MSNBC, their North Korean state-run news if they happen to have inherited the whole country. So when they leave out details, I have to think there's a convenient reason they left it out.
There's a detail left out. Yeah,
that's why I said he probably fucked up in some other place, some other area.
And that's what I think
he's not telling us about.
That's what I think it is. Yeah,
he probably got he got caught doing something before he left.
If it was just this, then it's she's clearly crazy because it's like, well, it wasn't. It's more like camping, for one thing. They're in the back of a pickup bed. It's not like it's an ideal situation. Now, they were like, oh, I shared the bed with my brother because, there's 2 beds in the hotel room, but the other one's got our luggage, Like, that's where our luggage go. I don't want to put it on the floor.
Where else are we going to lay our necklaces?
Yeah, right. Yeah, we got our suits laid out for the morning, and then we snuggle in the twin size. That's what we do. But we've done that since we were kids.
I feel like the reason that dudes pose this question a lot or stuff like this, even, and like they'll tell you a story, and we'll try to make it seem like someone else, like the significant other, is crazy. Because that's the cop-out, right? It's like, she's crazy. Oh, it's all right, she's crazy. But it's not that she's crazy sometimes. Sometimes because you just keep fucking up, and she's just picking this one thing to be mad about. But you got a litany of bullshit that you've been doing all this time.
Sure.
So it's on you, bro. So I don't know. It could be you. It could be her. Who knows? I need to talk to you guys more to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
It's really like very rarely is it somebody is just crazy. That's very rarely the
Not
case.
what? Not
There's
on
always
Reddit. Not on Reddit. We're getting these questions from
Yeah.
Reddit. I think there's a lot of crazy people in our questions.
Yeah.
We do
Yeah.
almost exclusively take questions from crazy people.
Okay, so dude, double check your shit. Did you forget an anniversary? How much did you communicate or all these things? But also, lady, this might not be the one thing you want to be picking up right now. Like, be honest. Like, actually tell him like what's pissing you off. Like,
Yeah.
But
Just
so
communicate.
yeah, so then what? So is our final advice that he needs to check himself, or are we saying that he should break up with her?
It's up in the air. It's both. If he's telling the truth and she really flipped out about this for no reason, and this dude is like, pristine spot, which I know you're not. I know you did something to fuck up,
Yeah.
bro.
Dude,
I know you did something.
you're on fucking Reddit.
Yeah.
There's no way.
So if he's spotless and she really is freaking out, then you got to bounce, man. Like, you can't deal with toxic relationships like that. You got to roll out. But if the opposite is the case, then you got to figure out what the root problem is. She's done her part in yelling at you for something that's insignificant.
Well,
you do your part by figuring out what she really did.
Yeah, if I had to guess, and it's somehow related to the situation, I think it's because, and again, unless she found some texts, and this is just a completely side thing that she's choosing to yell about, it's probably the root of this. If I had to guess, it's that he's spending too much time with his family, and his family is now a burden on her because he's over there clearing out a hoarder's house, and that's a fucking pain in the ass.
That's
So
actually
it's
really
like-
good. Yeah, that's a really
Yeah. Now, is this lady a piece of shit for not being more compassionate about the fact that his mom tried to kill himself, even with happy music? You know what I mean? Like, that's, yeah. But like, yeah, it's like, I wouldn't want to deal with this for too long, even if she'd play happy music. I'm like, no, I don't want to be over at your crazy hoarder mother's house again, trying to
It's a
get
lot
her
to deal with.
stop telling her. She tries to kill herself every weekend, Gary. Come on,
Yeah.
see through that. Stop that.
You know my favorite insult for a dirty person's house?
Huh.
Ooh.
I worked for Rena Center years ago, so I saw a lot of dirty ass houses, man. I go to deliver stuff, and I got written up for this, almost suspended, because I was on my phone and the customer heard me after I left their house. But I met, my boss was like, "How was the delivery?" And I was like, "Their house was so dirty, I wiped my feet before I left so I wouldn't get the outside fucked up."
That is amazing.
So, they didn't hear me on my phone. I was saying this on the radio and I thought it was safe because this goes back to the office. But the customer's husband was in the office paying for their stuff right then. So he's trying to check up with the husband there, like, how's it going? How's the delivery? So he gets pissed off and canceled it right there and everything. Yeah, it was fun. So then I had to go back in the dirty house and get our shit back. So I fucked myself in so many ways.
That's
But
definitely a great insult.
Joel on YouTube says, tuned in late. Sorry, is it possible the girlfriend is jealous that she wasn't the one sharing the bed with the brother?
I didn't think of that.
It's
Holy shit.
It's a real trailer park episode of Game of Thrones here. That's what I think's going on.
Yeah.
100%.
Yo.
She's like,
100%.
that's perverted because I didn't do it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I'm so mad you didn't invite me.
I think the next follow-up question to this, whoever's wrote this on Reddit, please follow up, because I hope that's what happened, and their next question is going to be biblical. I mean, it's gonna get fucking wild, like that Old Testament angry God, not that fucking hippie with the sandals and shit. I'm talking Old Testament.
Oh no,
killing each
somebody is
other.
raining down sulfur here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's going to be locusts. It's going to get wild.
Yeah. Well, perfect. I think we answered that question.
I think we did too. Although I would
We
say,
were very helpful.
I will say, I will say, if what he's saying is true, if what he really didn't do anything, and she actually upset about this, then what she needs to do is, or what he needs to do, is take all of his hoarder mother's things and put it in their place.
Yep.
Like, listen, there's now room for 2 beds in the apartment, right? But I've solved the problem.
Yep.
There's a ton.
Brilliant.
We each have our own bedrooms there now. It's pristine. I vacuumed. I Martha Stewarted that fucking place.
Yeah.
Problem is, all the old newspapers from the 80s, all the jars of cat urine, It's over in your office. It's in your office now.
Yeah.
Because I love my mother, baby. I don't want her to kill herself again.
Yeah.
But at least now he won't have to sleep on an air mattress in his truck, right?
Yay!
Problem
Exactly.
solved.
And a twin mattress. Like, that sucked. That was to me the worst part about it.
Yeah.
Like, there was a collective sigh when we all heard twin mattress. We were like, oh.
Yeah. I was expecting at least a queen.
I had a friend once that had a lot of money, and he slept in a 2-bedroom apartment with a twin mattress with no bed frame. And he said that was his test to realize if he should sleep with somebody or not. He's like, if they came to his room, saw a twin mattress, and they're still like, oh yeah, this is a good idea, then he was like, yeah, you're down to earth. But if they looked at him and they're like, nah, I won't sleep with somebody on a twin mattress, and he was like, all right, this is gonna work out. And then they part amicably.
That's some young boy shit.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No,
That's some young boy
fucking
shit.
just logistically, I can
That's
understand if
some
it was like a one night.
manipulative
If it
piece
was
of
like,
shit
this
move.
is the first time you slept together, the first time you saw their apartment. Okay, he's got a twin mattress. But if you continue a relationship and are saying, okay, I'm just going to keep this twin mattress and not buy a queen.
No, it wasn't kept. That was the test. The other bedroom was the room. I mean, I assume we didn't talk.
Okay, well, any guy that has one locked bedroom, I'm out, right? like one real bedroom and then the other bedroom.
Why does he?
That was the test bedroom.
Why is it locked? And there's the sound of a Jack in the Box coming from behind there at all times. Is it haunted? Is that goddamn haunted doll back there?
Why does one have an iron lung? I'm out.
Because my dad's got polio. That's it.
Okay, here's why it's fucked up. One, anyone who has a test, a solid go-to test,
Yeah.
is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
No,
And they're like,
Because that's not someone
and then you're like, you're up to my level. You're grounded. You're down to earth.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you. You're a child.
That's not someone who's going to get over an argument. That's someone who's going to be like, remember that time when we had our third date and you did this? Like,
That's
5 years
somebody
later.
who plays games and is manipulative. Red flag.
Yeah.
Red flag. All those girls who left, well done, sweetie. You don't want to be played.
this is the talk.
Yes, queen.
This is
Every woman that's had a test, I saw it and I intentionally failed it with flying colors. I just fucking went wild. I'm like, she's gonna tell her grandkids about this test. It's gonna get insane. It's gonna get ridiculous.
I'm going to be told at Thanksgiving for years to come.
She's gonna be crying to her therapist about what I'm doing on couches.
You're
for
going
years.
to be a first date story. Like, she's going to go on like a first date and they're going to be swapping horror stories and you're going to be one. You're going to bring couples together.
I've
kinda like that.
been
I
horror
like
story.
that better.
First date, I've been horror story. Second date, third date, fifth date,
Yeah.
horror story 3 months in. It's a lot of horror stories start with me and end with me.
I think I would rather be that story
Fucking
to
A.
that someone tells for the rest of your life than having a fulfilling relationship myself.
As
Like,
Dr. Phil once
I
said,
live
it's
more in one scenario
That's
than the other.
such a stand-up comic answer. Like, I get to be part of someone's bit?
Yeah.
That's gonna carry.
anybody that says they don't test people is lying. Everybody does it. That's why you go on
Fair
dates
enough,
with people.
yeah.
That's why you go on dates to see if they close their mouths when they chew because that bothers you. You like hang around them. So anybody that
Different.
tests
That's
somebody,
different than a test. There's
all
a
the-
difference between seeing if you are compatible and seeing if you get along than having a, all right, come to my game.
What your friend
Play-
doing is
see if you're up to my like not that's totally different.
what is wrong with pretending that you don't have a place to live and that you're homeless to see if the person you're dating is fine with that and wouldn't judge you?
That
if
was
you
the
were ever
entire
homeless?
plot of Coming
What's
to
wrong
America.
with that?
That was the end and sort of Coming to America too.
What's
100%.
wrong
Oh my
with
god,
As
that
I
is
say-
totally coming to America.
I'm sorry.
Not only do I have a place to live, I have my own money.
Exactly,
I have my own money.
And he had a little ass mattress, and he's like, "Let's see." And everybody loved that movie. Everybody
Yes.
loved Eddie Murphy.
Oh my god.
But
If
now when I say a friend did it, it's a
using-
test and it's wrong.
If you're
Yeah.
using Eddie Murphy as your guide to
Hell yeah.
love,
Yeah.
you might not have a solid future.
Yeah, guess who my friend was I was talking about? It was Eddie Murphy in Coming to America.
Yeah. Good relationship test with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Make her watch Eddie Murphy's good movies if she likes them good, but then you make her watch the bad movies, and if she likes them just as much, she's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If she likes fuck, what are the bad ones? Boomerang wasn't great, right? I feel like that was a bad
People
one.
like Boomerang. It was
It
all
was
right.
It was okay. Yeah, it's a bad example.
Don't say Pluto Nash. I love that movie. A lot of people didn't like that movie. I love that movie, man. Pluto Nash, Norbit, that was another great one.
Norbit was
a
garbage.
classic. No, it's a classic. He played like 8 characters, man. And he saved money. So he saved the production money, too. People don't look into that. He was a fucking hero.
What if we pay you 4 times to be 8 people? I get it.
Norbit was great, man.
You know my favorite movie was Life. I just rewatched Life the other day. Holy shit, is that a good one? It's an unspoken gem in the Eddie Murphy catalog. You kind of got to dig down.
Not
to find
unspoken to black people. Like that's a hood movie that not a hood movie, but a lot of black people like that movie.
It's a great movie, man. It's hilarious. Bernie Mac was in it. Remember Bernie Mac?
Yeah,
he was hilarious.
That movie is a big part of my childhood, man.
Yeah,
it was a great. Yeah,
Bernie Mac was Django Leg. I'm the pappy.
Have you seen the outtakes? Like the outtakes are better than.
Oh my
some
god!
parts of the movie. They're so good.
I need to see that. So I need to see that. This is a real text I got from my aunt. Since we've been on the show. Jake, I have slept with my brother, your father, on a family vacation. It's like sleeping with a dog. Love you. Your podcast is a hoot. Love you.
Oh my god!
I'm not going to shout out your name. No, she's not here. No, I got texted. That's not even in the live chat. But
sorry.
Jessica says you rock. Thank you. Let's see. Joel, I didn't know that you ever had. Joel on YouTube says I don't know that I've ever had that sentence in my life.
Yeah.
Amy had said Joel is smart. Amy, that's right. Joel says, after my house burned, I was put into an apartment by my insurance company. All I had at the time was a twin bed. At that point in my life, I only dated trailer park girls. They were still impressed. Fucking A, right.
See?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Those are the right people. If you're impressed by a twin bed, then I can let you into the rest of my life.
It's not the fact that it's a twin bed; it's the fact that he had a designated test.
Yeah,
that's my issue.
You're not, and also like you're if you're like dumpster diving like that to date people, it's not again like there's no test passed. You just have a type. Like,
you know who had the best test is Chaz Palminteri in The Bronx Tale, where he was like, go around the back of the car. If she unlocks it, she's a keeper. If not, then dump her. But here's the thing, Chaz. I'm too broke to own a car. What the fuck do I do? I'm just stuck with terrible women because I can't do your test.
Money drives you crazy though. Sometimes, like sometimes you have you get money and you haven't had it, and then it's just like, how do I figure out whether you're after my money or whether you're after me? And you're just like, hey, this twin bed test I just figured out last week is a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
so you do it.
Enough. Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
it's like money confuses people, man.
Just clouds your vision, certainly.
I'm okay with a twin bed is my favorite Dolly Parton song of all time. It was great. It was amazing.
Money will fuck you up, man.
Yeah.
One time I got a check for $1,500. I forgot who all my friends were for 30 minutes. I'm rich, you motherfuckers. Who are you again?
I'm going to go buy $1,000 boat and $500 for the cocaine. Fuck all of you.
I was deleting contacts of people who I thought had less money than me at that time.
Not anymore.
Yeah. So. Do you have at least $1,500 in your bank account? If not, then I was deleting it.
I'm a 1,500-aire. You can all fuck off.
I'm a 1,000-aire.
Well, perfect. Well, I think should we move on to the next question?
Let's do it. Next question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, write your questions into Love Gurus podcast or put them right here in the chat or just comment in the chat. Oh, no. I broke it. Hang on. There we go. That's a little better. Next question on the Love Gurus podcast. Give us your questions on YouTube Live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to go grab more wine, but I'm still going to be listening.
Next question. My family is pressuring me not to be involved in my baby's life. My brother's...
Fuck that baby.
Hell with my grandkids. Fuck them. You spend too much time with my grandkids. And they don't look anything like you. That whore's been fucking around.
You should just go to the next question.
Oh, no. There's a point to this question.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, no.
I'm 26 and not that involved in my family for years. So this is why they think that it's better to not be involved and just disappear. I got blackout drunk a few months ago and I was at a friend's house. I
love this. I want to party with this guy. I want to party with him.
I don't. I'm gonna have a baby out of it.
I know that
I'm gonna wake up pregnant.
Yeah.
I know that my brother's fiance was there too because her cousins and friends were with them. I don't remember who I slept with that night until she told me that we slept together, and I felt like shit for doing this to my brother. I haven't drank since because I feel because of how badly I feel about this fucked up relationship. I'm shit with my brother, and I know that. They're trying to work it out. Wait, I missed like. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm a shit brother, and I know that. They're trying to work at it, except she's pregnant, and a paternity test already confirmed that I'm the father.
No!
Yeah!
No! You published yourself. No.
No.
This whole time, he's been saying that he'll be willing to work things out with her, but he won't accept me being involved. That would be a deal breaker for him. Now, everyone is saying that I need to do this for him and not be in my baby's life so that he can take the role and fix things between them. Technically, my brother would be taking the role as father, but I can't imagine my child in the world and not being able to be in their life. But it's too much to ask to not be involved as a dad. How do I get them to understand that what they're asking me to do here is impossible? Okay, he didn't say impossible.
This is so my wheelhouse, and I'm really excited.
So in case, just to make sure everyone understands what's going on. So there's two brothers. One got blackout drunk, slept with the other brother's fiance, knocked her up.
I hope this all happened on the same twin bed.
I mean, probably, yeah. So now the fiance is pregnant, and they are saying to him, "Look, just go away. Just go away. You're the biological father, but we don't want you involved. Your brother is going to stay with the fiance. They're going to raise this baby themselves. You just basically get the fuck out of Dodge." And he's like, "But it's my baby."
I really wanted this to be a family that's like, hey guys, I got somebody pregnant. They're like, fuck that baby. You gotta live your life, Joe.
The band's gonna make it. What are you doing raising a kid?
That baby's gonna bring you down. Move to Nebraska.
Baby's a bad juju.
Yeah.
We raised you. You see how fucking miserable we are. Are you gonna make that same mistake?
Look at how hard
you
this
learn
is.
nothing from us?
That is kind of an interesting perspective. There's got to be families out there that are like that are like,
Oh yeah.
you know, like in the sense of maybe not necessarily abandoned, but you know, they're like, how do you know it's your baby? Like, you know, it could be anyone's. You know, she sleeps around, like, you know, that kind of thing. It's not like denying paternity. But yeah, no, in this case, he is definitely the father, and so again, he's having this moral dilemma because he feels like he should be involved in the baby's life. Personally, right? And this sounds terrible. I kind of feel like no harm, no foul, right? Like if the brother and the fiance are like, look, we're going to work this out. You don't have to be involved.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like, because that is very weird for the baby. Like the baby would grow
Right.
up.
Okay, all right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry, but no.
Your wheelhouse.
Papa Uncle Dad.
Okay, so follow me on this. This is gonna be a little weird.
Okay.
The reason that I'm like, I can't. All right. So I'm okay. I have to sort of like get a little exposition. I'm a sperm donor baby.
Okay.
Oh no shit.
I am. Yes.
Did you ever meet that guy?
Let her tell the
So
story. Let her tell the
Oh
story.
yeah.
I know.
Do you want to skip to the end of the story right now? Is that, would that make it
Jake's
better?
like, how about I just guess the story right now instead of letting you
Is it choose your own adventure?
I'm a sperm donor baby, and so like it's a big thing that like on my TikTok at LauraHighFive.com at Laura High Five.
Yes, follow her.
At Laura High Five, I talk a lot about, and I attempt to make it funny. I talk a lot about donor conception, and I talk a lot about, because everything with donor conception has always been what's best for the donors or what's best for the parents. No one is given two shits about donor conceived kids. We have literally no rights. We have no rights whatsoever. And so for me,
Yes. Did you see that documentary, Three Identical Strangers?
no, I haven't.
Oh shit, you should check that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's donor conceived kids have absolutely no rights whatsoever. And I think from this, and so for me, when I'm seeing this, all I'm hearing is what is best for the parents. I'm not hearing anybody say what is best for the kid.
Fucking A, right.
And that's where my issue always comes down on with donor conception, adoption, or anything like that, is what is best for the kid. And I'm sorry, there's no way that cutting his biological father out of his life is the right thing to do, because that kid is going to find out one day. There's no way that kid's not going to. Don't pretend for a second like he's not going to find out, because the kid is going to end up like taking an Ancestry, 23andMe, or just fucking know, or some drunk aunt is going to tell that kid at like some fucking
I have a feeling
Christmas.
his aunts are drunk a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a Mormon household at all.
This kid is going to find out. It's going to happen. And it's
100%.
a shitty situation. But right now, you all got to kind of figure out what's best for the kid. Now, maybe that isn't. So the biological dad, should be in the kid's life. And maybe like not fully, not directly, maybe only sees them on weekends or whatever it is. Come up with a different name, whatever it is. But no, have the biological father in the kid's life. If you don't, that kid is going to fucking resent you.
Yeah.
I know you're speaking with a lot of sense and experience. I disagree. In theory, I agree with you. However, I like to err against people writing the question. And this guy wrote the question. And so I'm like, you did ask people on Reddit if you should raise your kid.
This guy's a fuck up. Absolutely.
He's a
No,
monster.
he's not. He
He's a
enjoyed
monster.
himself one night with his brother's fiance. How is that a fuck up?
I do want to point out that he said in the question it's something along the lines of, I didn't remember who I slept with that night. I just knew I fucked someone. So this guy is not, you know what I mean? This guy is certainly not.
He's not a solid dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this was obviously bound to happen. And it did, it happened with the fiance. But, this guy has not, he's not like running for mayor of the small town.
No.
He's not like attending city council meetings. He's not, volunteering at the Ronald McDonald House. I mean, this guy has just been getting his dick sucked.
I think he's stolen money out of the McDonald's.
He's going to be a deadbeat dad. He is. But the kid needs like some acknowledgement.
Deadbeat? Hold on. Here's what I have to say about this. I've been holding my tongue for at least 60 seconds. Here's what I have to say. I'm going to address the camera. If you're watching, whoever made this post, look, every now and then when you play Monopoly and you land on chance, you get a get out of jail free card. This is yours.
Yes.
This is yours. Take that shit and run.
Yes.
Kids are gonna be fucked up whether you stay in their life, whether you're out of there. Like, I know kids are like, hey, why are you on heroin? I don't know. I had a great upbringing. My parents were fantastic. I have a trust fund, and I went to college.
I had too much love, man. I just had to numb it somehow.
But now I'm in the park giving HJ so I can shoot up on a Thursday afternoon in front of children. Like, so maybe this kid needs to be fucked up a little bit so they can grow up and do comedy.
Yeah.
I hate themselves and be bad in relationships.
That's what I'm saying. I think that this guy, like, I think it should be a thing of, it's like an open door policy. I'm not necessarily, I don't think that they should, slam the door and be like, no, you can't be involved. But he's not allowed to parent. If they're saying, okay, like, we're going to do this, he just gets to be the uncle. He just gets to be the uncle, and he comes around sometimes, and that's a situation, because I don't know, I just feel like that's like,
give the kid a video game, take him to the arcade every once in a while, and that's all you get to do. You're never gonna like raise the kid. You don't get to be the parent. That's like because there does need to be a delineation that like no, your brother, his fiance, those are the parents. Like they are, but there needs to be an acknowledgement, because
yeah, dude, if I found out my uncle was my dad when I was 16, it'd be fucking weird.
Oh, yeah.
And it would happen at some point.
This kid's going to be a superstar. Like, you guys know that, right? Like, these are all the ingredients for this kid. Like, all this early trauma for this kid to be, like, he's either going to be great.
I think Richard Pryor's character Mudbone will be revived through this kid in 20 years.
Yeah, you're setting him up for success.
I think, sir, you should fuck this kid up even more than you were already gonna. I think you should do that.
Joel has a good point. He says, dude doesn't sound like he can manage his own life, much less raise a child. Is that dude named Joel?
Whoa,
Did you write us a question?
Oh, self-burn.
Nice. And then he says, Suzanne, there are many families like that. Come to Tennessee and I'll give you a tour. I mean, that is a good point. There probably are a lot of families. Actually, this is a true story. So in my hometown, there was a family that a daughter was, it was like a teen pregnancy situation. And aunt or I can't remember if it was the aunt or the cousin, just adopted that baby. So like it was, but it was like you said, there's a delineation. It was that, this is your mother, this is your biological mother, and they, so it was like an open thing, whatever, but the baby stayed in the family essentially. And it was completely fine. I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know what happened to that kid. He might do heroin now, but probably not. He's probably completely fine with that, because I think like, from what, children that are like adopted or have like a different, different situation, it's always that question of where did I come from? And so if you can answer that question, oh, well, you came from your uncle because he boned your mom one night when he was drunk. It's like, okay, not a great explanation, but an explanation.
I mean, it's
Who's
shitty.
that? That's my Uncle Papa Davy Boy, and that's just how I've always known it. I mean, what do you call you don't have an Uncle Papa Davy Boy? He's the most fun. He gave me my first sip of beer when I was 5 years old. I love that guy.
The thing is, I'm from Tennessee, and when you have like family gatherings, you just see a bunch of cousins running around. You don't worry about whose dad is who and who made who and all that stuff. It's like, we're all family, so probably works out, man. Unfortunately,
Philip on YouTube says liberals are like gay tampons. The more you use them, the gayer their purpose. I don't know what that means, but I do know it was a Winston Churchill quote. He's Churchill.
Gay tampon.
Well, to be fair, it sounded better in Churchill's speech. The gayer they are, the more you use them.
Okay, we got to figure out what a gay tampon is, though.
liberals
A
are
gay
like gay
tampon.
The only thing I
tampons.
could think of is maybe like a rainbow colored tampon.
I mean, but here's the thing. With my limited, now I haven't used tampons much, admittedly, right? But I think they go in pussies, right? Vaginals, ain't that? Ain't that the opposite of gay, right? Going inside of vagina.
Maybe
Isn't
like
that-
Well, you do have a lot of lesbians out there who I think would argue with that.
Sure. But then I think he would specifically call it a lesbian tampon. This guy, wouldn't you? At that point, don't you? I mean, it would be a lesbian tampon. How do you not?
Okay, sir, you really need to be a bit more specific because we got to figure out this fucking riddle. What is a gay tampon?
I am like,
Where's my favorite place to hang out? You're never gonna guess by my voice. Yeah,
Hi.
like, that's not-
Look. Oh my
The
god.
gay tampon should be a club. All right, guys. No longer tampon. We're no longer doing the podcast.
Yes.
We're opening a club called the Gay Tampon.
oh my
Gay
god, I would
tampon.
totally go there.
Yes.
I would totally go to the gay
Count
tampon.
me out. I'm not investing in that bullshit.
I'm not investing in it, but I'll buy Molly from there. You're gonna have the best Molly.
We're going
You're
to the
gonna
gay.
have
We're going to
Yes.
the gay tampon, and the motto is "You don't leave until you're bloody."
Yes. Even the crystal method, the gay tampon is called Tina. It's fun. It's
Oh,
festive.
We have
They
a
class it up.
we
They
have
can
a
class up
drink
anything there.
There's a drink called the Glitter Douche. It'll be
Yes. Oh my gosh. And it's
Philip.
Philip White on YouTube, you, sir, inadvertently created the the new hottest gay bar in Manhattan.
We
You
are
did that.
coming
That's for you.
to a city near you. We're specifically
gonna-
going to do
yes.
this in your town.
I'm going to name the first glory hole in the gay tampon after Philip White on YouTube.
Yes.
If anybody knows Philip, check on him. I think he had a stroke while writing this question.
Yeah.
That shit, it's just weird and not easy to comprehend.
Yes, but if you were the guy who wrote the question we're reading now, I'm sorry, and we deserve that. We deserve whatever that was, whatever you said just now. We deserve it.
But yeah, I think it's a situation where it's lines need to be drawn. Otherwise, again, as the 23
there needs to be boundaries.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I bet, but as this whole 23andMe
Uncle
and
Papa
more,
Davy isn't allowed to sleep over.
yeah, 100%. But also, again, it's what we haven't addressed yet is why was the fiance cheating?
Mhm.
That is
okay,
true.
don't
That is true. She's getting away with this shit.
they're like, oh, we're
Dude, this
gonna
whole
work
family's
it
a
out
fucking mess.
together. But
That is true.
But it kind of sounds like this situation, and I can't remember which comic says this, but one comic says I don't like dating guys that have a younger brother because it's just the better version of what I'm dating. It's true because it's like, so he kind of sounds like just the hotter version of what she was already dating, and so she's like, all right, it's like. Why are we not talking about her culpability in this situation?
Did she know it was the other brother?
Oh my
Do
god,
they
maybe
look
she
alike?
was so
I was
drunk.
just saying, I think they were so drunk
Maybe
that
she thought it was
Yeah,
the
but
fiance.
we don't
Yeah, the
know
Winklevoss
that.
twins totally pull that
We-
shit all the time.
This woman is never sober. None of these people are ever sober.
Yeah,
I do know
absolutely
that.
not.
I do know that by listening to this question.
Yeah.
None of them are sober at all.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think it's a situation. Yeah, my final answer for this situation is: look, the kid is gonna find out someday, and so you leaving is not necessarily going to help this situation. Should you be around and try? But again, like at least let that be an open door so that when you do turn out to be a methed out cokehead, that the kid's like, oh, thank God, it doesn't feel like something the kid was deprived of.
Yeah.
And then later, when that kid's working in the gay tampon factory, try to figure out his life and think about what it could have been.
Maybe it's like you. It's actually for men, and it's like a penis, and you put it in your butt, and that's why it's gay.
I think that's called a butt plug, right? I mean, I fell for that trick too. The guy asked me if I wanted a tampon. I'm like, what do I do with it? That's a man pop. Take a drink and fucking.
Is for pleasure. A tampon is to soak up liquid. So
I've used them for bloody noses stuff. You can use them for that.
But I mean, like if you're having a little like anal leakage, put a tampon in there.
Yeah.
Actually, I've heard that people butt chug with tampons. They'll soak it in vodka.
Yeah.
I've heard that works. You can get drunk with like an eighth of a
Have we gotten an answer?
That's a gay tampon. That's a liberal gay tampon.
That is. Liberals are gay.
Vodka butt chugging. Oh, we solved it, sir. We got what you were putting down, like
but
the Da Vinci
Code.
Code.
Butt chugging gay? Like how is that? Like what makes that gay?
I mean, if you let another dude put it in there, I don't know. I've never done it.
If you put it in there while you're having sex with another dude.
Philip White knows.
Maybe if you do it during the month of June.
I'm just saying, this
if you
guy
do it on
knows. This guy knows a lot about gay culture. This guy knows.
Not really. I wouldn't.
I would not. I would not let this man teach a sex ed class. A lot of confused kids.
I just want to make him mad by telling him that he knows a lot about gay culture. I'm just trying to upset the obvious homophobe here.
Philip White wrote this from a fucking cabaret stage. I think he was writing this as he was fucking high kicking in heels. I think he did all of that.
Yeah, he's from New Zealand, and we just don't understand his accent.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
The old drag queens. Yeah. That's what they tampons. The old gay tampons. Yeah, it's like it's not homophobic because they say the thing at the end. It's fine. It's fine.
What? Any other final advice for this?
Yes, actually,
don't drink anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't drink anymore.
Yeah,
you're dumb.
You know that's not going to happen.
They're going to drink more.
Yeah.
All right. How about you also click your heels together 3 times and win the fucking lottery? All right. The second thing's more likely than the first thing.
Just like switch to pot. Switch to pot. You seem like you should switch.
It's legal in like half the states now, man. It's
the kid's going to be fucked up. That relationship isn't going to work. If she's fucking your brother before you're married, it's your fiance.
Oh yeah.
You're going to get married. You're going to think it's going to work. You're going to get divorced. And then the kid's gonna seek out his real dad when he's like 7.5, and and
it's gonna be it's gonna be rough.
She needs to find her real partner, and move on.
Sounds like she needs to find therapy, but cool.
That's a great story though. I'm so happy that happened in your life, and your life is terrible because it makes me feel so good about mine. It makes me feel so good.
Joel on YouTube, man. He's getting real here. He said, "Damn, Laura just made shit real. I actually have a son in another state. His mother's family cut me out of the picture since by 1998. Needless to say, I'm not proud of that fact. I'm not proud of the fact that I brought a child into the world that I wasn't there for. I haven't seen him since he was 3. That was the choice by his mother's family.
Oh, so
then then he follows it up by saying, "Daily drink special at Gay Tampon." Buy one, get one free. Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary. It's a Bloody Mary bar, of course.
Of course. Well, I just want to. Can I just say to Joel, just so because you got real for a second. It's gonna be okay. Be available. The kid is going to eventually learn what happened. Learn that the mom's family cut you out. It wasn't you. You are just be available when the kid wants to reconnect with you. And it'll be okay. I promise.
Agreed. Yeah, we spent some time with Joel since he is one of our faves on this YouTube, and he seems like a great guy.
He's
so
good for you, Joel.
That kid's gonna come around, and you guys are gonna have the best relationship. And Jake is going to play the background music for you, which will sound
It'll be all like, you're meeting your dad. Hey, there he is.
Totally meeting your dad music.
Don't listen to your mom's family. They're all a bunch of drunken, coked up fucking monsters. It's your dad, Joel. All right, not the lie that they said Joel was. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Also, kid, while you're here, watch the Love Gurus podcast every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Joel, let me go, man.
Joel, they're all lying to you, man. This is gonna be a tragedy. This is gonna be terrible. Look, this is gonna be so sad. This is gonna be awful. Look, man, here's my advice. You ever seen those movies called Taken? There were like 4 of them, where a 67-year-old man goes and rescues his daughter from European terrorists. That's what you need to do for your kid. Go get him right now.
Yeah.
If you don't, all is lost.
I think his mother's side is basically Russian terrorists.
Yeah.
That's what that's what they sound like to me. That's what they sound like
Kidnap
to me.
him.
Yeah.
You've lost enough time already.
Yeah. You need to get on the phone, do the angry Liam Neeson whispering. You've taken my daughter for the last time.
Yes.
Do that.
Yes, exactly. And you can be like, I know where you are.
Yeah.
I know where you're from, and I'm coming for you. And you know where they are because they're your family.
Yeah.
Go find them. Get your kid back.
Okay, can I make one change? And before you go Liam Neeson, first go John Cusack and do like the stereo.
The stereo's good.
Yeah.
I feel
Stereo's
like that's a first good move.
Progress in the
Progress to the kidnapping.
Sure. Yeah. We escalate. First we do
Escalate.
John Cusack, right?
Yes.
Then we do Jerry Maguire, who's coming with me, right? And then we get a gun. Then we get a gun and go take our family
And then,
back.
I'm just saying, Liam Neeson isn't number 1. That's like your number 5 option.
Fair enough.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Don't start it.
Too often on the show, I'm quick to tell people to become a vigilante.
Go hard or go home.
No matter what the question is.
I'm just saying, vigilante can be like a choice, but like try all your choices first.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know how much you love this kid, Joel. I feel like. Do you love him enough to be a vigilante?
Oh my God, you're gaslighting.
Go get him.
Yeah.
What a little gaslighter you are.
Go get him.
Joel says, I've tried to prepare myself for that, Laura. My son was born in 1994. Last time I saw him, let's see. Last time I saw him, he was 3. Knowing the family, they lied to him. If he knows I exist, I'm Satan. Exactly.
Yeah.
With bullshit.
Okay,
But
no. Here's the thing, though. Right now, yes, you are being told you're Satan, but here's the thing: the kid is gonna find out eventually. There's no way that kind of secret is hidden.
Yep.
They're gonna find out because if that's the kind of people that they are, they're not good people, and your son is gonna find out eventually. I know it's gonna really suck for a really long time, but have faith in your kid. I'm sorry, but they seem like horrible people. It's gonna come out eventually. Hang in there.
Yeah, that's a good point because even the Amish break away. They're kind of like, this is whack.
And here's the thing:
some of the best sex I've ever had was with Amish people. 100%. Yeah.
It's because they have good churning butter on.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people say the hand job is the most boring thing. Not until you've had it from an 87-year-old Amish woman. She's been churning fucking butter for decades.
Plus,
She's been churning butter since Eisenhower. She knows how to work a fucking stick.
How many kids? I mean, kids. As you progress as a person and you get older,
arguably,
as you progress as a person and you get older, but as when you turn from a child to a teenager, everybody talks about how teenagers are so rough and they're tough to deal with. That's because they start figuring out that you're not shit. Like kids think they're great because they haven't experienced anything and everything is new to them. So like, my dad's great. He's so strong. He can fight anybody. But then when your kid turns 13, they're like, you're not shit. You're not that cool.
Yeah. Then you're like, oh yeah, my dad does fight everyone because he's on meth.
Yeah. Johnny's dad drives an Escalade. How come you drive a fucking Toyota? So it's like kids start figuring you out, and that's what's gonna happen, Joel. This kid's gonna figure out that these people aren't shit, that they're lying, and he's gonna be like, man, I wish I was adopted or I had another parent in another state. And that's when you come in. Riding in your big white horse. Yeah. And you're gonna save this motherfucker. Like who? Liam Neeson in Taken.
Yes! Be Liam Neeson and Taken, Joel. That's the way to do it.
Joel. You're gonna be the happy ending.
Yep,
when
the
this
hero
kid turns 18. It's gonna be reunion. We're gonna be hearing the music. We're all gonna meet at Bloody Tampon. It's gonna be fabulous.
And then you're gonna do all the cool shit that you do as an adult with your kid now that they're older.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. Don't worry about lost time. Worry about the time you have now.
You're gonna have so much time. You're gonna bond. It's gonna be great. You guys are gonna build a boat together. It'll be life.
I'm so excited for you guys.
Yeah.
Yes. Joel also says butt chugging. Jesus Christ. I've learned shit I never even heard of. Fuck bourbon. Take me away. Yeah.
Yeah. So should we do just one more?
Yeah. Let's but let me do a quick
Oh, you want to put
little quick wine commercial.
Yes.
People, do you need a good, nice good Sauvignon Blanc to watch a rugby game in New Zealand? Then you can't do better than Chloe Sauvignon Blanc. Chloe wines are beautifully crafted to inspire timeless stories and meaningless moments, especially in the back of pickup trucks on twin bits.
Chloe.
From friends and mentors to sisters and teachers.
Chloe.
Bit of a freak. Chloe celebrates the legacies that empower us to follow our heart.
Chloe.
Discovered notes of fresh citrus. Lychee. I know I'm saying that wrong. Lychee. Discover some, fresh notes of lychee.
Chloe.
And also, whoever discovered lychee, spell that shit a little more phonetically. That's all I'm saying.
It's too hard.
It's a rough one. I've had that stuff before. But anyway, discover notes of fresh citrus, lychee, and pineapple in this Marlboro Sauvignon Blanc.
Chloe.
Raise a glass of this vibrant, refreshing wine to someone who encourages you. Chloe Sauvignon Blanc, get you some.
This music sounds like an infomercial for the Church of the Latter-day Saints.
Yeah. They have definitely played this music on QVC before.
Have you ever thought maybe Jesus flew a spaceship? You ever thought that maybe? Come on down.
Have you been considering less than one wife or more than one wife?
Do you not like the taste of coffee?
All right, here
Amazing.
we go. Next question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, write your questions to the Love Gurus podcast or give them right here in the chat every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Last question. My husband wants an open marriage since I won't give him blowjobs after my surgery.
Oh, Jesus. Let me just say, I love the credit. I love the questions on Reddit. I'm so glad that Yahoo Answers went away. They were so tame compared to this. I love this.
Here's what I will say.
Yahoo Answers would have been like, my wife doesn't give me a blowjob. This is like, that stuck-up bitch has oral surgery. Now I can't get sucked up because some douchebag dentist, some fucking cock-blocking orthodontist comes here and tells him not to pry that metal apart with a screwdriver and become a good wife. I love this.
What I do love about Reddit is, it's not only it's but also they're just better writers. You know, there's a story.
Right.
You know, a lot of times when you read Yahoo
He's the William Blake of our time.
Yeah.
I love this guy.
A lot of times when you
should
read
get his own show.
Shakespeare. Yeah.
Trevor, no, you ain't shit. I want to hear this guy do the news.
That's what I'm saying. There's a beginning, middle, and end. And Yahoo Answers, most of the time the answer was yes, that's a crime.
Okay, just like this guy, I need to finish. Please finish the story.
There is more to this. Okay, so
yeah.
my husband wants an open marriage since I won't give him blowjobs after my surgery. I just had labiaplasty done 3 days ago.
What the hell is labiaplasty?
Where you get your vagina laser.
Oh, they clip the curtains.
I think
they hem them.
There's a lot of
they'll
things.
skin him.
Yeah.
Flash curtain
it was
maintenance.
Facelift for it's a facelift for the vagina.
Yeah. So
to be fair, that's downstairs, not upstairs.
So I gotta say, your husband sounds delightful. God, whoa!
He's kind of winning me over here. I mean, I was expecting at least the surgery would have been above the fucking mid rib cage.
Okay. So I just had labiaplasty done 3 days ago. I was about it, but my husband really wanted me to get it.
Please tell me how she spelled on this one.
EHH. My husband really wanted me to get it. He knew beforehand that we wouldn't be able to have sex for a month, and we thought that we could deal with it. My husband hates anal. He doesn't like the idea of putting it in my butt.
Oh my God! She even offered anal.
Yo!
This woman is a saint.
Oh.
That's so much closer to the goddamn plasty. That's like 2 inches away.
Yeah.
That's one pull out and half a fucking hard thrust. And boom, you hit her right in the goddamn stitches.
If you plug your nose.
You hit her right in the stitches if you fucking pull out and fucking thrust again.
Oh, this guy is a treasure.
Yeah, he
Oh,
doesn't.
Dude, You lost me, then you had me, then you lost me again. Yeah, I'm so back and forth with him.
My husband hates anal. He doesn't like the idea of putting it in my butt, and it feels awful for me, so we've only done it once.
He's a Mormon pastor.
I've given him a blowjob maybe a few times, but not in years. It's worse than anal for me. It feels horrible, and it's not a turn-on. And my husband doesn't eat me out, so I feel like it's not that bad if I refuse to give him oral.
Well, he can't now.
Point lady. Another point lady. I was like, point lady, point dude, point lady, point dude. Right? Like now he's kind of...
Our sex life has consisted mostly of my hands on him. Also, let me just point out the time frame. 3 days, okay?
Yeah.
After 3 days, like, nope, gotta have an open relationship. I can't take this.
Like, we're still in the month of June.
I really hope the lady from the first question who was like, but yeah, they kind of camp together on a twin bed would just listen to the rest of these questions. Like, no,
shit.
These are what true fucking animals sound like. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Our sex life has consisted mostly of my hands on him for the first 2 days, but he's really unfulfilled. He keeps trying to get me to give him a blowjob, and I feel bad for him, but I can't stress how much I hate doing that. I go through a lot of effort to make hand jobs better than regular hand jobs. I massage him, dress up in lingerie, makeup, kiss his neck, rub his nipples, etc. But it's never
I churned
enough.
butter with an Amish woman to work on fucking forearm strength.
Wait, she's doing all that and he's still not happy?
Wow, yeah, there's no pleasing this guy. He's a real ass is half empty kind of guy.
Somebody tries that hard, man.
He's been short with me recently, and I don't know, and I know why.
3 days.
Today he asked if we could open up our marriage for the rest of the month, but I don't really want to do that. I love him, and I think that once you open up the marriage, the damage is already done. Our relationship won't be the same, even if it's really the end.
Perfect.
When the month is end. What are my options? So I think we've already summarized this one, right? So she had labiaplasty
For him, on his demand. Because
and
she already did the advice I would have given jokingly. Yeah. I would have given this everything she said she did. I would have said it jokingly, being like, no one would actually. I mean, this is too crazy.
Yeah.
I maybe just chop off some of the labias and let them fuck you in the ass. You know what I mean? Like I would have said that like as a joke, but like she's doing that.
This is why it's not just jokes, Jake. People take it seriously.
Everything is serious on Reddit. Everything is literal on Reddit.
It's very serious. It's been 3 days. It's been 3 days.
You still need more information. You need more information from these people. Like, what's going on? Like, definitely.
No. Straight up, no.
You need more information.
You knew the answer to this question after the first sentence.
We don't need more information from this lady, but goddamn it, do I want it? Holy shit! Every sentence.
I feel like she's been pretty forthcoming.
No, but you know, this guy is like has a fucking sex addict problem. It has been 3 days, and they've already got almost
right. Exactly. Here's the thing about sex addicts. They don't turn down anal. Like, what are you talking about?
They don't turn down
hand jobs.
This is one side of the complex story, and we haven't heard his side. And I want to hear. I want to hear his side.
I'm going to summarize.
Right.
Okay.
What's wrong with their hands and asshole?
Yes.
I want to know. I want to know.
No. This is going to be his side. I'm willing to bet money. This is his side. So, well, so my
He's
girls.
barbed wire there.
This is my girl's pussy. Just wasn't what I liked. And so she needed to like make it better, but I was promised some fucking I was promised some fucking hand jobs.
Madam, we had a prenup.
And it's been 3 days and she's not gotten me off since post-surgery. By the way, post-surgery, this girl is already dressing up in fucking lingerie. How is she not in bed, not moving, and not getting fucking smoothies? The fact that she's already in 3 days trying to give this dude a fucking hand job? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I had a mole removed and I was done.
Yeah, she has the sexual fortitude of an Eastern European prostitute that's from one of those obscure countries that we don't really know that well.
No.
This question makes me just so thankful for my own life in the sense that, you know, it's like I definitely, you know, like my urge is not great. You know, it's like if I have sex once a week, great. If I don't, like, you know what I mean? Like it's, you know, it comes and goes. But, you know, you hear these stories of these people where like they're just constantly thinking about sex. I'm just so glad I'm not one of those people. Like,
to be with someone who's both a
refreshing.
sex addict and super fucking picky. I mean, Jesus Christ, be a proper sex addict to where he's like,
also
wait, is that a
be-
hole? Is that a thing shaped like a hole that you did with your hands or
again-
armpit or whatever? Like, yeah. I'll do it. I'll do it.
This is all we're basing our opinion of this dude off one story.
That's true.
We need to hear the other side.
To be fair, this is the woman who wrote the question. We do always err on this, err against the person who wrote the question. That said, it seems like she's being pretty fucking accommodating.
Here's what's fishy, though. Here's what's fishy about this story. Because I hear a lot of stories, and I hear one side of a lot of stories, and I hear the other side. I'm like, now that shit makes sense. Because look, you do all that shit, and you're not telling him to go fuck himself. Like, you're not telling him you're not providing any kind of pushback. There's something there.
Maybe he's actually mad about the fact that she shared a twin bed with her sister while cleaning out a hoarder mother's house.
Mad about something else.
Yeah. And it's like, well, maybe I don't want anal today. Ask your fucking sister.
I think you guys are right in the sense that there's something else going on, because the husband is like, you need to get this labiaplasty. She does this. And he's like, I'm not happy. And you need to give me this. And it's like, the husband is not happy, and now he's like, I want to
husband's a douchebag.
It's like I think that yes, the husband is a douchebag, but I think he's also
But he's not an asshole. He hates those.
I think he's also just done with the marriage. I think he's done with it. He wants to go off and fuck other people.
Right? That's good.
And
Wait a
like,
minute.
so
That's good thinking.
She's like, well, but what if I get a labiaplasty? Then maybe you'll want to. And he's like, I want to open up the marriage,
honey. If as soon as somebody asks to open up the marriage, it's done. So, honey, let him go.
Yeah, don't listen to this shit.
Oh!
Don't listen to this shit. And open marriage can be the most beautiful thing you've ever had.
Here's my opinion.
Why, half of his girlfriends are in open marriages right now.
Here's my opinion about open marriage is that I think a relationship, it either needs to start open or it's never open. Because if you have a monogamous relationship for 6 years and then you open that up, it's not going to work out. Like, that's just the beginning of the end. But if you start, and that's a conversation from the beginning. I'm not saying you start having, it's always open.
But you have to have that in the conversation. That
it
always
needs to be
has
at the start of the conversation.
Yeah.
This is going to be a relationship where it is going to be open at some point. Then that's always there. Then that jealousy isn't that, you form the relationship based on that assumption that you're together because you want to be together, because you obviously could go fuck other people.
Yeah.
But like
this
monogamous of like, I don't even
I've been on the
look
side
at
the whole
other
like I wasn't at first.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. Wait, whose side are you on?
Oh, I'm on the guy's side 100%. Like, yeah, 100%, man.
I was against him too, but Jesus, no, you sold me on that. That.
Oh, wait, but
because she's
on
stupid.
his side because he wants to leave.
Yes, because she's not reading clear signals of this isn't about jizzing.
Yeah,
it's been 3 days and you're married. What are you talking about?
I'm not trying to victim blame, but she does kind of need to grow.
No, I'm blaming the victim. Here's why. This relationship is
you guys are totally blaming the victim.
There's no victim here. Who's the victim?
Yeah, who's the victim?
What crime did he commit?
Okay,
yeah, she paid that surgeon to chop those things off.
Okay, this is why.
He did. He paid for this shit.
This is why.
She should thank whoever paid for the surgery. Where's her man?
That's probably why he's mad.
I want to hear what Laura has to say.
Sorry, we're just screaming at each other.
I mean, if you guys want to keep talking over the women, go right.
Oh, no, roll the tape back. How many times have I said, sorry, I'll let you go because I stopped myself? Hell no. I'm super aware of that and woke as fuck. And don't play me.
For the record, neither
Only
me or
woke
Malachi
people say they're woke as fuck.
I'm not woke as fuck, but neither me or Malachi have ever requested labiaplasty from any of our girlfriends.
I've never said.
Yes, we will both go on record
Clean
and
up
say
those
that.
curtains. I can't lick them.
We've asked them to put clothespins on them, sure.
Yeah.
But never asked for surgery.
Because I know my dicks look weird to people that don't have them. Like dicks look weird.
Sure.
Balls hang straight.
Especially mine.
Yeah, that's not fun to look at and see. Like it's not a beautiful thing.
Unless they're on Molly.
Yeah, so don't look. Everybody's parts are different. Appreciate their beauty.
This was my favorite episode of Sesame Street, and I really wish it wouldn't have gotten taken off the air in the fucking 90s.
Vagina is beautiful.
Everybody's privates are different.
What's my favorite thing about you, Miss Piggy?
it's funny.
Let me do another bump and tell you.
Speaking of New Zealand, I think it may have been Australia, but there's one time a cover of a magazine I saw where it was just different pictures of women's vaginas. vagina, and I guess because like in Australia you can put that on the
Bro, that's
cover
called
of the-
porn. What are you talking
No,
about?
it was not a porn. It was just and again, it was awareness of this is what different vaginas look like,
Right.
and some of them had, the turtle popping out. Some of them, were hair,
What was
whatever.
the weirdest looking one? What did that look like?
I don't know what the weirdest looking one, but it was kind of like, and it's just
Then they weren't trying hard
people's
enough.
flaps are different lengths. I mean, that's really it.
The only people weird about that are people that just haven't seen enough to know that there are different ones.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all. Like, educate yourself, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
There are books out. There's the internet. You can see plenty of show. I saw 14 just this morning.
Was it the same video?
Yeah, it was. It was one of those. It was one of those interactive ones where you can keep switching the vagina out.
Cute! Oh my god,
like
cute!
it when it's there. Yeah, so I just kept scrolling until I found one that I enjoyed.
Tinder and YouPorn came
Yeah,
together, and we were like,
yeah.
"Listen, let's be
Yeah.
friends. Let's do a joint effort here."
Dudes need to stop being idiots. And it's like, look, people are different. Everything's different. Bodies are bodies. Enjoy everything, man. Start appreciating people, enjoying people. Start being an ass. Stop being an asshole. But I still agree with the guy in this story.
So Laura, who do you agree with in this?
Oh
scenario?
no, absolutely. It's the girl needs to fucking go. This guy's an absolute fucking narcissist of a human. Like,
Exactly,
he
yeah.
needs to go. I'm sorry, but any husband who's like, if you're not going to go down on your wife and you're demanding that she gets a vagina surgery so it's more pleasant
To be
for
fair,
you to
I
look at.
don't know what their
who
religion is.
demanded
I
that?
don't know what their
Who
religion
demanded
is.
it?
They might
That's
have
what
be a little
he said.
Maybe
Yeah,
she wanted
she
it.
said no. She said
she said that she was about it, and then Jake was like, "How did she spell and I said EHH, and
no. She said
I
she
had-
said
I had
she
to know.
had
I
it.
was very
she
interested
said
in
she
it.
was about it. He was the one that was pushing her, so he is
Yeah.
pushing her
He
to
pushed it.
continue to be more than she is, and she's never going to be that
So
person.
my question
She-
is-
no, but if she wanted it, then that's cool. But the fact that he pushed it, no. That to me is red flag.
I'm tired of girlfriends trying to make me pay for their labiaplasties.
Look.
It's fucking bullshit. Look, women are so insensitive with that. I'm not just made of labiaplasty money. And it's just they
Look.
keep demanding it.
The thing, I hate this shit where it's like people are like, oh, I was forced to do this. No, you're not. You can fucking leave the relationship. Just fucking bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
so
leave.
much easier to say than said than done.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
real easy.
But no, then you've never been in an abusive relationship.
Hell yeah, I have. And I can bounce quick because I respect myself. And that's what you need. You need self-respect because people are always
Let a
like,
woman try to tell Malachi
Oh, I couldn't believe
trim
it
his
was so
fucking
hard.
scrotum. It's not happening.
exactly.
It's not
Exactly.
happening.
Somebody's like, hey, you're
It's not
uncircumcised. I'm like, then get the fuck out of here,
What I-
man.
what I will say is that, I mean, there's obviously like those situations where it is like financial, but those are like really dark situations. That's not what we're
Right.
talking about. We're just talking about someone who has no sense of self-worth.
No.
She has no sense of self-worth.
Yep.
She is no,
And he's rich.
and he, it's like he's, again, her, as Jake said, this is her
I'll
perspective.
be back.
She's
I'm
saying
still
he pushed it.
Yeah.
But did he? Maybe she said, "Oh, would I be prettier if my lips were smaller?" And he's like, "Well, like whatever you want." And she's like,
100%. This
"Okay,
guy's
I'll
trying
get
to
it
get
done."
out.
And then she's like, and then now she's like, "He pushed this on me." It's like, yeah, okay, maybe. Like, yeah. Like I said, I am glad that you guys have said this because I was very much like felt bad for her. But again, I feel like there is definitely more to this situation than what she's putting out there.
I've met so many guys like this, so like I do know that this kind of situation is so real.
Yeah.
Like I've met so to me this isn't shocking because this happens all the fucking time. So it's like no, I fully believe that this is 100% a complete possibility. And everything that she is saying is like, this is red flag. Like, this is very logical. And this does happen to a lot of relationships. So to me, it's like, this is totally probable that this is happening. And if this is true, the way that she is pulling it out, if this is how she wrote it out,
Again,
God.
her writing it. It's a mighty big if.
Yeah.
God damn
That's
it.
wait,
that's
how-
capital.
but how-
She knew he was an
but
asshole
when you-
before she went out with him. She knew he was an asshole.
Yeah, but when you filed for divorce in this situation, what do you write down as the reason for divorce?
I
Unreconcilable
want them
labia?
to have this argument in court. I
Oh,
want them to
yeah,
have
yeah.
anal
He tried
sex
to change my
labiaplasty.
pussy.
No.
Yeah, I want that.
Dude, I
want that in
hope
writing.
that
No,
one of
I
their
was going to
lawyers-
say irreconcilable labia.
I hope that her lawyer argues that point like Matthew McConaughey in A Time to Kill. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
so
like,
fucking-
Your Honor, Now pretend that the pretend that was your pussy, and just, I hope that he's passionate about it. I hope he breaks a sweat. I hope he's yelling about anal sex and labiaplasty, and he's just like, God damn it, she deserves half of this.
I want like a picture of her vagina like post-op and be like, this is beautiful. This is perfect, just the way
He's
it was.
the Michelangelo of labias. I paid extra for him.
I 100% bet that this is why California changed to a no-fault state, because people
Probably.
did do this, and they were like,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
look, we
I bet
cannot
this exact thing has
look
happened in
at
Beverly
another
Hills.
picture of genitalia during a divorce. just make it no fault. Just say irreconcilable differences, and we do not have to go through this again.
Mel Gibson, lawyer, is just reading a transcript of the angry phone call. He's like, Your Honor, she agreed to give him a blowjob before they got in the jacuzzi. It's just a transcript of that whole angry, drunken thing. That's what I picture their divorce like.
This is a case of a super wealthy ass dude, because no independent woman is gonna be like, oh, you want me to get my labia changed? All right, I'll go get surgery and change my body for
I don't
you.
know, but you would be surprised at how many successful, seemingly powerful women can have insecurities about something as trivial as like the length of their labia.
Right, we don't know that was his
it's
choice.
like she honestly could, she could
Because,
probably be like the fucking, head of Planned Parenthood and like still be, one of those women.
That's the weirdest thing.
But keep in mind, she did not say,
women are
I
very
got the surgery for him.
about certain things.
That would have been in there. That would have been in there.
She did. She said that he was the one who pushed it.
She did.
Yeah. No, she
Never mind,
said
I'm
he was
drunk.
the one who pushed it.
That drunken misstep was
read
brought
that
to you by
again. I don't
Chloe.
remember that part.
I don't
remember
Chloe.
that.
I don't. Yes. Let's read the transcripts, Your Honor.
Excuse me. I would like
He's
to
Mel Gibson's
submit
defense
for
lawyer.
evidence. I would like to submit. I would like to submit for evidence.
Your witness, counselor.
I just had labiaplasty done 3 days ago. I'm about it, but my husband really wanted me to get it. He knew beforehand that we wouldn't be able to have sex for a month, and he thought we could deal with it. Now he wants to open up
But why did she go
the marriage.
So here's, but I do agree, because I know that men will have the worst bodies of all time and find the one part of their body that looks good and be like, yeah, yeah. But then women find they'll be the most amazing person
For me, butt chin.
professionally and body wise, and then be like, oh, but look at this toe that's a little weird. It's like, no, it's paying attention to that shit. So I understand that.
Yeah.
But this is why I say I'm with the dude though a little bit mostly
I'm with him
because
100%.
I think that this dude doesn't care about a blowjob.
But wait,
I don't think it is.
okay.
I think he just wants out. I think this dude has been looking for reasons to end the relationship, and he's telling his friends at the bar. He's sitting around at Moe's Tavern in The Simpsons going, I thought when I told her to chop half her pussy off, she'd just say no.
leave. Yeah.
Like this is she's with me, and dude, she's on.
Yeah.
Like
So,
I don't know how to tell her. I gotta leave.
This is a guy who has some serious control issues. The fact that he's like, yeah, change your fucking pussy for me. Who the fuck says that?
She's
Yeah.
still there.
Probably.
She didn't
Probably.
leave.
But
Again,
but when
I
you guys say-
err against the person writing the question.
Abusive relationship.
When you guys-
I'm telling you.
But I need clarification, because
To be fair, a doctor did it. A doctor abused her mouth.
when you guys say that you're on the guy's side, what do you mean? Do you mean, because I think the relationship is over and the guy just wants out, but I wouldn't call myself on his side.
No,
So
you're right.
are you saying
You're
that
right.
you are on his side in the fact that he should continue
I'm
to
only on
see how many pussies he can how many
Yeah,
pussies
I think he should do the Liberace thing, to where it's like all my partners, I make their pussies look like my face, and that's just the thing I do.
I have a
It's just the thing I
Liberace
do.
pussy.
Yeah.
It sings too.
He's got a signature move.
Yeah. Also, can your labias play piano? Like, can they play not just Ode to Joy? We can all do that. Like, can they really? Can they play jazz? Can they rip?
Can they tickle the ivories?
Yeah.
Look, man, vaginas are magical, and I feel like whether or not it's chopped up or whatever, it's great. It's gonna be great. So what you need to do, Miss, who wrote this question, and I say Miss because you just need to leave his ass. Just leave him. You got a brand new vagina.
That's what I was gonna say.
And all these possibilities have just opened up for you.
Yeah, you have this beautiful new, snatch. Show it to the world.
And if you thought you loved my labialess vagina, wait until you see how much the next guy loves it. Fuck you, Gary. I'm out. The next guy probably likes butt stuff when I'm on my period or, recovering from surgery or whatever.
And just a hot tip, girl. Find someone who's going to go down on you. That shit needs to be shown off.
Yes.
Hot tip.
And and that's why it's like, look, I understand this is not, I'm not, if you're in an abusive relationship, I feel for you. But also anybody can leave any relationship, man. People are abusive all the time and you can just fucking bounce.
Yeah.
Just leave.
I think we need
My girlfriend made me get a labia just so she could chop part of it off one time. That was a fucking weird.
That is so,
and it's so weird that it's actually on your chest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your chest.
You want to see? Look at that! Look at that! Look what she did to me. She installed the labia and then took it away.
I take back what I said. That's not fair. If you're in an abusive relationship, sometimes you can't just leave. Here's my advice. Date somebody that's smaller than you that you can best physically. Because then you never have to worry about being trapped in an abusive relationship because you can just beat the fuck out of them.
That's the move. Or date someone with bigger labias than you. Then they can't talk shit.
Or show your labia off.
Else they're hypocrites.
First date. And say, is this all right with you? Will you ever try to change it?
I think we need to start a new dating app where instead of a profile picture, your
Only
face.
labias.com.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Absolutely, because there are people who are like, everyone has a labia preference. Like some people like, a little tight labia.
Yeah.
Some people like a meaty labia. Like,
Right.
Man.
I want to say Joel
I'm
has some
specific. I like them when they're shaped sort of like the shape of Delaware. I like that Delaware labia.
Oh, like so one kind of sticks out, flares out a little more than the other.
Yeah. I mean, if they both look like
One's
Delaware,
real straight.
perfect.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'll take either one.
will you
of them.
take like a Delaware and a Florida?
I mean, yeah, but I'm not gonna pay for surgery if one of them looks like the wrong state. I'm not a fucking maniac.
So
I'm not
like one
completely
is looking
OCD.
like fucking Texas. You'll still do the job.
I will do the job myself. I will get a goddamn steak knife and some thread. I would do the surgery. I will not go down on the Texas labia. That is disgusting.
I believe it wasn't about the labia ever because men, like, look, I've seen all kinds of weird vaginas and just like, oh, this is just new and I haven't experienced it.
Right.
It's like a new Pokemon, man.
Uh-huh.
Like you're like, hey, this is one, put it into the Pokedex, list it, and then
All of them could be their own valuable NFT in 10 years.
yeah,
100%.
So this guy, while I'm on his side, I do feel like he's kind of punking out. Like, just leave her too.
Yeah.
Tell her you want.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say I'm
Someone
on his
else.
side, I'm only talking relative to where I was before. Because where I was before was I was like, well, I thought the obvious answer, you should clearly run. You're going to end up in a hole in the ground like in Silence of the Lamb or R. Kelly's basement or something. And
Jake's saying it like
that's
that
the
because
obvious
he
one.
gives that advice a lot.
Right, yeah, and because we get a lot of questions like this. I'm not gonna lie, we do get a lot of questions like
It's the answer to a lot of our questions.
Yeah. It's this guy.
a lot of
Honestly,
labia chopping around here.
in terms of husbands, I'll give him a C+ in terms of the questions on the show. Yeah. But that's the thing is, I think there's a good chance this guy is maybe just trying to get the fuck out of the relationship.
Yeah.
And if this is one of those early, we got married early kind of deals, those people that get married out of high school, they're a different fucking breed, man.
Yeah.
They don't know how to call
Yeah.
it fucking quits. I think this guy's calling quits in the only way he can because it's like, no, my Lord and Savior won't let me ask for a divorce.
Yeah.
I just have to ask if you'll
wait
do
a
weird
minute.
shit to your body parts.
Wait a
just to
minute.
leave. Like,
I'm
that's
starting to move towards the girl side now. Because wait, so you want out so badly you're gonna ask her to fucking mutilate her vagina for you and then
100%.
No, man.
That's what he's doing.
Man.
Yeah. What
He
if
was
we
bluffing.
just,
Have we not just been saying that for the last 45 minutes?
You have, but you know, men, we don't listen right away. Goddamn.
Especially when you're drinking what? Oh, he saw me on Blanc.
I knew you motherfuckers were right 50 minutes ago before this question came out. I've just been lying and like anchor down until I can humble myself and admit that you're right. Okay.
you can come
whatever.
to our side on your terms.
Absolutely. I can't do it right away because then I admit defeat too fast. And you lose respect for me.
It's way funnier when we're pro Ted Bundy. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be a fun podcast if we're like, I think Ted Bundy was a jerk. We might talk about how Ted Bundy's
there needs
bad.
to be a back and forth. So.
There needs to be a conflict. I get it.
We think
We
Ted
built
Bundy
it.
should get
We
a
built it.
He should have a Netflix special, Ted Bundy. He's been
He
misrepresented in the
has
media.
like 2 Netflix specials.
He's great.
But
He's
I will
great.
say this: if I'm in a
He
relationship,
kind of sold out after the second
I
one.
mean, dude, he's doing better, like on Netflix than we all could dream about.
Well,
Let's
you
all be
can
honest.
tell after a second special, it's like, oh, he's only been working out the material in front of his own audience. You know what I mean? Now Ted Bundy sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like they really pressured him to get that new Netflix special out like way too soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't work.
His
like
third
that.
one was really like a one-man show about murdering people. You know what I mean? There was no punchlines. It was
But
bullshit.
then you know what? He went to rehab. He got cleaned up, and that fourth special, oh my God,
Even
tears
better.
of joy, even better.
Even better. Now, he only kills women he actually doesn't like, and it's a good step upward.
It really is. Like
You know?
we need to praise progress.
Uh-huh.
We really should.
To Ted Bundy, a success story. We have Joel on YouTube says they should use vagina pics on Ticketmaster.
What?
It would be a lot easier than picking crosswalks, bicycles, or buses. Yes. You know when they ask you to
Okay,
pick the.
Joel, I just want
yeah.
Joel, you're gonna be an amazing dad.
No,
You're
he's
just
gonna be the fucking
great.
man. He's gonna be
You're
the
gonna
man.
be the fucking man. I like you, Joel. I'm Team Joel.
Especially if that kid is working for Ticketmaster, because that's a great idea. I'm tired of
You're
going,
great, Joel.
how many buses are in this picture? How many light bulbs are in this picture?
Joel's
It's
probably
fucking
really good at
boring.
that game where compare these two pictures. You know,
Yeah,
like he just
What's the
gets it.
difference?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's the difference? Yeah.
Maybe
What's the-
he's like a labia like savant or something.
Yeah. He says, I'm doing my best to hang with y'all. I finished my vaccination today. Shot 2 is bringing it in. I'm trying to hold my own. Labiaplasty, is it possible that I can get an add dick to me? Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
But why? You
For
really
more
want to
dick.
take your pants down and tell us, hey, I got 2 dicks. I got one more dick than you asked for.
You know, here's what I will say:
Here's
is
the
it would
thing.
be satisfying in
Yes.
the sense of helicopter. You know, doesn't it feel weird that it's just the one side? Like
Here-
he had one on the
yes.
back too. Like
Well,
tail.
if I had to guess, and I don't want to speak for Joel on YouTube, I think he's talking about adding dick to the front of his dick to make his dick longer. However, if he's the next boyfriend of the lady writing a question, and because she's
Joel,
into butt
let's
stuff.
get you together.
Yes.
Yes.
He get boom, 2 dicks. You know what I mean? She's got the front and the back.
Go
Boom, boom, boom.
rescue your kid. You all can live
Yeah.
happily
Fuck
ever
no.
together.
Don't listen to
Yes!
this shit.
Joel can get a second dick and give her the dirty lobster. Boom, 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 boom. Both holes at once. It's gonna
Joel's
be
a
great.
real man. He'll go down on her.
Joel,
Yes.
did you just hear her say she's on Team Joel and now she's telling you to get surgery and kidnap your child?
Yes. She turned into the dude from the question.
She's not on
She
your
turned
side.
into the dude from the question.
She was just supporting him.
Now she wants Joel to get a surgery to get a second dick.
Joel, I don't
That's
want you to
crazy.
get surgery. Joel, I like you the way you are. I want you to go to rescue that girl.
Joel's second dick surgery is way more expensive than labiaplasty. I don't know much about medicine, but I know that.
Yeah, it's watch Coraline by Tim Burton before you get dick surgery, because that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have those stitches on your dick.
Yeah. If only Edward Scissorhand had gone to the right surgeon. You know what I mean? Like, he would have been the most popular guy in that town.
Did anyone actually ever like that movie? Did anyone
Fuck no.
actually like
Fuck
Coraline?
no.
I think I
No.
watched it on a plane because I was
It's a
like,
kid's
there was
movie.
nothing else.
It
Yeah.
was
Terrifying.
fucking boring as shit.
It was
Terrifying
awful.
movie.
It was awful.
But I just remember the scene where like doesn't she like rips her arm off basically, and that's what I
Dude, if they wanted to make a good
Joel's deal.
movie about that, he would have been a vigilante. He would have stopped crimes with his scissor hands. He would have been taken out. He would have been taken out like
Do you
gang
think that
members
that's-
and terrorists, bank
That's
robbers,
the
all
movie I
that
wanna
shit.
Do you think that that's
Yeah.
why Tim Burton and Helena Bonham Carter got divorced, was because he made her get a vaginoplasty?
Probably.
No, I think it's because he made her
Probably.
watch Edward Scissorhands fucking twice. I would rather get my labia chopped off 7 times than watch that
I
goddamn
think
movie.
it's
again.
pretty obvious he was sharing a mattress with Johnny Depp. Yeah.
Someone was sharing a mattress with someone. That's the only way that movie was the hit it was.
Yeah.
We've all agreed. And that movie was, I'm looking at our ages, that was part of our fucking childhoods, and we hated it.
Yeah, we
It was worse than the
I mean-
abuse that led us to this podcast.
I
And
liked
we hated that fucking
Yeah.
movie. We hated that movie.
I liked it.
Look,
Oh, no.
I mean, can I say a very unpopular opinion?
Ooh.
Yes.
Tim Burton sucks. Overrated.
I don't know, but
Yes.
I never liked him.
Fucking
I
rated.
don't think he's completely fucking awful, but like overrated.
I mean,
for sure.
Batman was good. Batman was solid.
Wait, which
but
Batman did he do?
He did the first
The
one.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
All right, that was a good one, and I genuinely hate comic book movies.
Yeah.
And
No,
that was respectful.
He had
But to be fair, he had performance-enhancing drugs. He had both Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. Try making a bad movie with Jack Nicholson.
That is true. With Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You can't lose.
You can't
I
lose.
can make a terrible movie with Jack Nicholson right now.
I mean, yeah, but they had
do
to
it today.
bomb hard. They bombed hard with that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
What
man.
about
Like, who
anger?
would- who
What
would
about
pull it off?
anger? Or is it no? It's
Anger Management.
Anger
was fun.
Management with Adam
liked it.
Sandler.
Yeah.
That's a terrible movie.
I'm not saying it was
Yeah,
the
but that's not
Godfather
Jack
of the 90s, okay?
It's
I'm
a,
saying
it's a
it was.
fun bad movie.
Yes,
You
it's a
guys
fun
are
bad
on
It's a fun
Jack
bad
Nicholson's
movie.
nuts so hard. Why?
I would get a labiaplasty
Because
for
it's
Jack.
not.
I would let him fuck me in the
Why?
ass.
He's not
I
that
would-
good.
I would blow Jack
He's not
Nicholson
that good,
even
man.
after labiaplasty.
Now, would you give Jack Nicholson a blowjob after getting labia surgery? Within the
100%.
first 3 days.
as long as he was in character, and I would definitely
Which
do it.
character?
Oh yeah, good question.
Which character?
Any of them, except for those weird obscure 70s movies that just kind of went and had no ending. He was in some of that. 5 Easy Pieces was only good because of the scene where he knocked over shit in the restaurant.
What about As Good as It Gets?
Still terrible.
I still like that one. That
I've
was a good
never
one.
seen Jack
What
Nicholson. That's not
about-
believable. No, remember that scene? Remember that scene when it was Meg Ryan, right?
No,
Dude, I'm not
Helen Hunt.
Right.
I'm not
whoever.
saying the writing was great.
No.
I'm saying that Nicholson made
Hell,
that movie work.
Come on, man. This
Dude,
dude
if it
was in his
wasn't
fucking
Nicholson, it would've
80s, and a lady's
Yeah.
gonna come to your door with a t-shirt on, been raining on, nipple showing and stuff like that.
Because he's Nicholson.
Come on, man. No, he's not.
Yeah.
Like that
Unbelievable.
Nicholson.
He's
Because
terrible.
he's Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson is
Fuck
awful.
Nicholson.
He's got one game. Oh, working no play, make sure to go. That's all he's got. That's all he's got. And he's been playing that same game for years.
Yeah.
As the same
All
shit.
work and
all of
no
his-
play makes panties
all
drop
of
and
his
fucking
movies
labia
have
searches
that,
to
yeah,
happen.
where it's
like
like,
women
he's this-
like him.
He's
They
this
do what-
old
they do what he
dude. He's
wants.
dating a young
Exactly.
woman, and no. It's like, yeah. Anyway,
And we gave him money because there was no saturation of the market, and he was all there was to fucking watch. But who's heard of Jack Nicholson in the past fucking 15 years?
Well, he's been
Nobody.
1,000 since
Nobody.
the 90s. He hasn't
Nobody's
really.
heard of him.
Dude, The Departed. He wasn't good in The Departed. Come
He was
Exactly.
very good in the
No.
movie.
on. He was the man.
He was
the
what?
man.
What did he play? Remember what did he? Oh, playing no fun. Matt Damon,
Yes,
a bad boy.
Yes, he was the original typecast. Jack Nicholson gets hired to play Jack Nicholson in every role.
And that's
people
why he's
love it.
horrible.
No, that's why he
fucking
rocks.
horrible.
Michael
Bruce
Scorsese
Willis
rocks.
is like, Bruce Willis is the same way.
Yeah, exactly. He sucks
Yes.
too.
Okay. Well, he sucks in the last because Bruce Willis, that role got fucking done after a little while. Like it worked for him for a while. It really did. But after it's like, dude, you're half of Jack Nicholson. You know what I mean?
The only reason Bruce Willis ever got a job, Liam
Yeah.
Neeson too, is because Hollywood loves promoting the idea that at 60 years old, somehow white men become even more powerful. They love that idea. Here's what would happen if Liam Neeson, if somebody really kidnapped his daughter, they'd be like, "Oh, we got your kid. You better come get her." He'd be like, "Oh, well, shit. I'm 60. There's not shit I can do about it. There's not shit a 60-year-old man's gonna do if you kidnap his daughter."
Yeah. The realistic version of it is like, you listen to me. I'm gonna hire a dude who does cardio.
Yeah,
and is
exactly.
30 years
Yeah.
younger than me.
I'm gonna call 911 right now. It's like, yeah. Or he would just say, "Oh, I remember your voice," and then he'd forget it 5 minutes later because he's 60.
No,
I hate to add this name in there, but George Clooney's the same way.
Same.
Like
Same.
the whole Ocean's 11, it's like he just gets better with age. By the way, they're like, cut Julia scenes because she getting old.
Okay, for one thing, Ocean's 11 not really an action movie.
Nope.
Another thing, I almost entirely hate fucking sequels and franchises, right? So like Ocean's 11 I thought was really good. I know it was like originally with Sinatra and all those guys, but like I'm saying the first one they made with those guys was a fun bank heist movie. Was it the Godfather of the early 2000s? No, but it was fun. It was just a fun movie to watch. The sequels can all fuck off. I can say that about almost any sequel, any franchise in the last, I don't even know, almost forever. You know what I mean? But the first Ocean's 11 was pretty good and not an action movie. It wasn't about like, I'm going to kick these guys' asses who are trying to mug me or they kidnap my daughter or something like that. It was just like, yeah, we're just going to get sneaky and rob a bank, you know?
But they chose a boring ass white dude And look how many years
Huh?
George Clooney.
11 boring ass white dudes.
Man.
Huh? It was
No,
in the
because
title.
One
Bernie
guy-
Mac was in there, and there was an Asian
Don
dude.
Cheadle.
That's true.
And
That's
and
true.
Don Cheadle. So that makes how many?
But you're right. That was only for affirmative action
20%.
purposes. That was for affirmative action. You're right. Right.
boring white dudes. Look, man, it's the same. But the gig is up. Because when was the last time you heard George Clooney either? They're like, oh
We hear
wait.
more about his wife now. That's really
I
it.
saw him on an
See?
espresso commercial.
See, yeah, but
That's
that's
true.
it.
But here's the thing.
Because we got Michael B.
though,
Jordan now.
dude. George Clooney's got Caso Amigos. I've got like some of that in the freezer right now. We can do a shot after the podcast if you
No,
want.
I don't
Like,
think.
he never needs to work again.
I don't think the
like
question
he's rich
is.
already.
I don't think the question is George Clooney still making money? It's is he still making movies?
Is he relevant? Yeah, and he's not.
And the
Right,
answer
but that's
is
the thing. Not.
If you're making that kind of money, if you're like, well, I invested in this fucking thing.
He invested
That
in his
took off.
dope ass wife.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's two things.
Yep.
He's got dope ass wife and Casa Amigos,
Yeah.
right? And both those things got labiaplasty for it.
Yeah, and
you
that's
know?
what I was gonna say. I
Yes,
guarantee you,
look
he's
like a
like,
tattoo.
yo, you gotta tighten up that labia. She'd be like, all right, I'll do it because you're
Yes.
George Clooney and there's all this Casamigos money behind me or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yes,
That's what it's there, and
Yeah.
and
it's
that's
really
what
good tequila.
That's
It really
look for this last question. My final word on this last question is if for whatever the fuck it's worth to whoever wrote this. If you see this shit, if the dude is rich, stay with him and keep plastiking your labia. But if he's broke, then bounce the fuck out.
If you walk into his apartment and he has a twin bed,
In bed.
do not get labiaplasty for
Right.
that man.
No, dude, because it could be a trick, though. Could be a test. Could be a test.
As a broke guy who made a lady get a labiaplasty once, it's not the best labiaplasty. You know what I mean? I'm going on Groupon. I'm going on Craigslist. I'm going to Tijuana. I'm not getting the best. They
Are
didn't even
you
spell.
crowdfunding?
They didn't even spell labia right. It was labiaplasty. I got her labiaplasty. It was bad. It was bad. It was a goddamn. Yeah. Amnesty International had to jump in.
He did it
It
in
was
Libya.
fucking crazy. It was crazy.
UNICEF shows up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the WHO shows up to condemn you for your
Yes.
actions.
I'm being hung at the Hague next week for that labiaplasty.
Next
That I
week
got.
on Handmaid's Tale.
Lady, if you're watching, meet my man Joel. Joel's fucking cool. He's
Joel
not gonna,
rocks.
Woo! He's
Yes.
not gonna make you get labia surgery. Go with Joel. Joel's
Yes.
cool.
Joel,
Joel
if you
said-
don't make at least $150,000 a year, she's not going to be for you. So
Joel says, dude is an asshole. I've never met a labia I didn't like.
Yeah, Joel.
Yes. My
There's
wife
disgusting.
wouldn't go for me hooking up with the woman in question 3. I eat it though. I enjoy both Burton Batman movies. A third would have been cool, but checked out on Burton other than that. Yeah, man. Like Burton's overrated, 100%. People say Nicholson is a genius. Have you ever watched the movie Head starring the monkeys? Jack wrote that. Holy shit.
Wow.
It makes 0 sense.
That is
Wow.
a very interesting tidbit.
Dude, I'm watching that before the next podcast. I see a second podcast in the future. The film Love Gurus. Sign me up. Labiaplasty for $5.99 behind the dumpster at the 7-Eleven. 100%.
Straight up.
100%. It was on sale that day.
Yeah.
Wait, did he put
I gotta
Libya as in the country? Did he spell it correctly?
That's what
Yeah,
the
dude, that's what I was saying. That was the whole. That was no. He spelled it right.
I love
dude.
it.
He was-
No, I love it. He caught that.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
falling to
it was,
bits.
Yeah,
it was
nice.
a great yes and. Yeah.
Bro, my shit is real cerebral, bro. My shit is cerebral. He follows the cerebral. He's real cerebral.
It sounds like you might need some gay tampons, man.
Totally.
Yeah, some tampons.
I need a gay tampon.
Dude, not falling. Fool me once, shame on you, gay tampon.
Yeah.
Not falling for that again.
These straight tampons keep going in and out. The gay ones just keep dodging me as I try to grab them.
These heterosexual tampons just won't hold a fucking heavy cycle. What am I gonna
My
do?
labia's weird.
Queen, have I got a solution for you? Yeah.
Amazing. Well, I think we answered that question.
We did.
I think we answered all of the questions really well. Really
100%.
well.
This has been a great podcast.
Questions.
Thank you so much to Laura High. Thank you to Malachi Nibbins. And thank you to Joel on YouTube. Thank you to everybody on YouTube. Thank you to my aunt who texted me. That was cool. That's never happened during a podcast.
Thanks, Aunt Jake.
Yes, I'm not going to say her real name on the podcast. I'm not going to shout her out like that, but you know who we are. Love you. Hope you're at my wedding next month, end of July. Yeah. I wish I could remember the date. I'd be a better groom if I remember the date. 31st, July 31st. That's when I'm getting married. Love all you guys, especially the listeners. Write us at loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com and watch us live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Until next week, later.